Hi there, Ken here with rcFoamFighters California connection. Wanted to get an update for you. I started resuming my FF-21, the Blackjack project again. Unfortunately, I don't have an HD cam right now. My family saw it on vacation, and well, I guess my wife thought it'd be more important to shoot video of the kids versus shoot video of flying foam, and I guess she's right. But I finished the plane up, and I even took it for a test fly. You know, I know you can't see it very well because yeah, it's a webcam. We got to squeeze both of us in here to fit. All right, now I sort of switched part 2 around, and the reason I did that is because, you know, I'm not going to show a build video of this plane if it doesn't fly well. Who's going to want to build the thing anyway? So instead, I thought I would dedicate part 2 of this video to the testing, some shots of it flying, and then if somebody showed interest, you know, and if it flew good, then I'd make the build bit afterwards. So this thing has been bad luck from the first time I chucked it up in the air. I was test gliding it. In fact, I did a lot of the testing from my diaper box plane. You know, so fortunately I had that in there, and I lessened the amount of crashes that happened with this one pretty well. But one of the things is I chopped up my receiver. You know, I threw the plane up. The double stick tape came loose, and my receiver came, you know, it came squirting out the back, and it got chopped up by the propeller. So luckily, it still works, and I just basically epoxied it together. And you know, I'm a really big fan of these Airtronics radios because that thing was chopped up pretty bad, and it cracked the casing and everything, and so far it still runs. I think also that this plane is a bit too much throw. I might get a little bit into that later on either another vid or at the end of this vid, whatever much time I got remaining. The flying field I went to my normal one where I just did some of the maiden parts, and I actually went to a real flying field, you know, with actual people that knew what they were doing and had the AMA cards on their necks and all that. And I mean, the reason I went out there is because it was on a Tuesday. The parks were full of people, and that place for sure I knew I was going to be able to test it out. The winds were like 20 miles an hour, you know, and I was happy with how it handled the 20-mile-an-hour winds. I was really reluctant to take it out because there were a couple of other foam board planes out there. And by the way, you know, the foam board is getting pretty popular, so no wonder I can't find it in the dollar stores anymore because these guys are taking it out and building stuff and flying it out in the field now. But they're mostly the those F-22 Raptors that Yardbird makes. Yeah, they just copied out the pattern for that thing and then glued a bunch of foam board planes like that together. No, I happen to be the only one that had actual tape wrapped around mine and sort of protected, and mine was also I pulled off the paper on there, and also I was able to shape the front end a little bit better, so it was a bit more unique. You know, let me tell you, I wasn't sure if it was going to be any interest generated on this plane, but wow, these guys gave me the field. You know, it was really intimidating because I'm pretty new at this stuff, and we got 20-year-old veterans that build out a balsa, that do their own builds, that have been flying out there for years. You know, saw my plane, were really interested in it, stepped back, landed their planes, and just sat in the crowd. And I'm thinking, well, that's what it feels like to have a spotlight on you. And not too bad if I was just talking, but worse when my knees are shaking and I'm actually flying in front of a bunch of stuff where it kind of peers. I mean, not even peers, but these are like Yodas of RC around me watching me. To my surprise, as soon as I landed the plane and it went out really well, you know, these guys approached me. They wanted to touch the plane. They wanted to see it out. They wanted to check it out. They wanted to show me the inside. They wanted to see how I did stuff, and they were really impressed. They really liked the plane, you know. So at least I know that there's a bit of interest generated. Now, problem with this plane is it's more of an intermediate build. I don't think it's not a first park jet. You know, that's maybe for a FF-21 22 to build something like that. But this is kind of difficult to build. But you know, these guys build out a balsa. They said that they'd be able to whip something like that out in an hour if I just threw the plans their way. So they were already interested in the plans. They also gave me a bunch of tips on, you know, I think it's nose heavy. You know, I think the battery should go here. And by the time I got done flying it, it started flying really well. You know, I switched off the throws from, I think I started off at about 130%, dial it down to 90%, and then, you know, even on the servo arm, the little push rod was all the way at the very top. That's now at the middle. So this thing is way too responsive, and you know, it stalls really easy because the back end of this thing, look at this thing. My most favorite part, the Lucky Sevens, actually act as air brakes when you flip them up. One will flip this way, one will flip the other way. I don't have my transmitter. It's in the garage right now to show you the flippage of this thing. But anyway, it acts as air brakes, and it drags this thing. Once it starts dragging, it starts dropping like a rock because, oh, I don't know, it's got about the same glide ratio as maybe a brick or something. Oh, maybe a little bit better than that. But I can't lose any speed on that thing. I can't lose too much. It doesn't like flying slow, is what I found out. Alright, well, if I understand if you're going to give me a thumbs down for the video quality, because it does suck, especially when I got used to HD, you know. Now my eyes are hurting me as I'm watching this stuff, and I'm editing it. But I would give a thumbs up to Ton, because, man, that boy can shoot. You know, he just complains a lot. You know, my arm hurts, I'm sore, I don't want to hold this camera up anymore, I need a tripod. But, you know, when it comes down to it, he shot some good video with a mobile phone, my cell phone, and here it is. You know, bear with it, all right?
What the heck is this? A T-Mobile thing? This is a nice one, man. God, what's all this? What's up with your high-tech gadgets? You must have got a race.
Not yet. Just in the mail, dude. Oh. Alright, dude. Made flight. Blackjack, FF-21.
Looks a little choppy though. There's no zoom in this?
It's sort of zoomed out already, dude.
Oh.
You got used to HD, man.
Yeah, that HD one was nice. Now this one's like.
We're going back to ghetto cell phone.
Oh, that's not a ghetto cell phone, man. Here's a more ghetto cell phone right here. Yeah, see.
Alright, I'm guessing it's kind of nose heavy. I think. We got the lights on. But no, it's not breezy, dude.
It's not breezy.
Alright. Hail Mary.
That's not good.
Oh man, I got a glitchy servo.
I wouldn't fly it now. I wouldn't fly that anymore. Yeah, I like your other camera better. Hey, jack with this thing. Way too much glare, man. Told ya. I think the diaper one was better. Your other plane and your other camcorder was better.
Well, need a wrench.
Oh yeah, wee. Dude, this thing really doesn't want to fly slow. It really needs some speed.
Shit.
Whoa, dude, we almost killed each other.
Yeah, you almost killed me, man.
Sorry, dude.
Game over. Alright, don't fly on that side. There's kids.
Right, dude. Everyone have their helmets on?
There's kids over there, man.
I think it's safe for mountain
See?
biking.
I think they're exiting.
Make sure
Okay.
yeah.
Should be safe.
Make sure that it's clear of civilians.
Dude, I'm gonna stand behind you this time.
Casualties, dude.
Stand behind you so you can get hit by your own plane.
You know, it kind of feels like the extra large control surfaces on this thing doesn't make it want to glide very well. It's like every time I bank hard, it feels like it's got air brakes or something. Makes it want to stall. So let me see how slow I can get it to fly here. Oh crap, I think I'm losing it.
Hey, we're still in testing stages here.